Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lucinda from Yellowchicroad, for those that have never joined me before. Thank you for clicking on the video, welcome. I thought today I'd sit in the chit chat chair and just have a little chat about what Louis Vuitton bag should be your first purchase if you're sort of on the hunt or wanting to make that first plunge into Louis Vuitton. Which one is going to be the best option for you and what things to consider. So I thought firstly we'd explore the fact that we need to establish a budget. Like, there is such a wide spread of price points when it comes to Louis Vuitton, and a lot of them sort of, I think, are mostly based on the materials that they're made of. So the canvas pieces are obviously more affordable than their leather pieces. So there are always things to establish first is what kind of budget you're aiming for. The other great thing with those first time buyers is that you have the option of buying either direct from the store or on the Louis Vuitton website, or there is so many pre-loved options because there are so many classics like the Speedy that have been kind of unchanged for decades. You can get, a classic Speedy from, the 1980s. You can get, like, I know people that seek out specific date codes because it marries up with their birthday or birth year. So there's so many options. You can do kind of Louis Vuitton at any budget. So I think that's the other great thing, is you really need to determine whether you're more of a vintage pre-love gal or you're brand new from the boutique kind of gal. And to be honest, there are certain bags from Louis Vuitton that you cannot buy anymore, and I've gone down the pre-love market and have had success. So there are so many options, and it doesn't need to be this big giant hurdle in your mind that you think I need to, especially with Louis Vuitton and all their price increases, it kind of pushes the target just further down the line. You can always sort of explore those other avenues. But first I thought I'd show you what my first Louis Vuitton purchase was. Well, my first ever Louis Vuitton bag. And that is this guy. A lot of you probably have no idea what this is, but it is called the Mini Ribera, and it's in the Damier Ebene. And this bag is a discontinued style, but I just think it is still so timeless and gorgeous. And something that I still have loved using even now. And I also made sort of like this recent purchase, well, in the last couple of years I bought this little crossbody strap because I've come to find that I really do prefer a crossbody bag. So that's the next point, is finding the bag that's going to work for you and what you want to get out of a bag. So if it's something that you want to be using daily, what do you carry? How many things do you put in there? So basically, if you want to use it as a day-to-day bag, the Speedy might be where it's at for you. So I don't actually have a Speedy. This is my mom's. So this is a Speedy 25 in the Damier Ebene, and she actually uses a bag organizer in there to keep it kind of structured and keep it all really easily organized and contained. That's another thing. What do you want? Do you want a day-to-day bag? Do you want something that you are going to carry more in the evening? And at least with this is a Speedy bandoliere, so you can have the option of having the strap or top handle, and then that way you get a few different looks out of it. And then obviously this is iconic Louis Vuitton, the Speedy. So do we want to go for something a bit more iconic like this? Or I think like the new kind of icon for Louis Vuitton, obviously they've been doing a Speedy for the longest time, they've been doing the Alma for the longest time, but they also have this little guy to thank for a lot of hype, the Pochette Metis, which is one of my favorite bags, I think, period. And I opted for the reverse monogram because I love this sort of two-tone effect, and I also love the black leather that this one comes with. Which brings me to my next point, is what's going to be suitable for the climate you live in. Are you living in a place that is super rainy and super wet all the time? Will, you know, some of the classic monogram pieces that come predominantly with vachetta leather, is that going to really be suitable for your climate? Do you think you need to consider something that has more of a treated leather that is not as susceptible to, you know, rain and wet weather conditions? The other thing you might think is you like leather better. Leather better. You might like leather over canvas, and there's some really beautiful leather options. This is definitely an all-weather bag. This is the Pochette Metis in leather, and you obviously get a little bit more of an elevated look. To me, this definitely can be more dressed than some of the canvas pieces. The canvas can tend to look a little bit more casual and understated. So this guy can be your sort of day to night all-rounder bag and still fit virtually everything you need inside. So that's, you know, multiple facts to consider. So everyone, for those that have watched my videos know that I am such a bag lover, such a bag hoarder, a bag connoisseur, if you will. And if I had to just go back to square one and buy my first Louis Vuitton bag, I would seriously choose the Pochette Metis time and time and time again. And that is because I just think the canvas is so iconically Louis Vuitton. You've got the compartments, which are just so good. You get the usability. You can easily throw in your other little Louis Vuitton small leather goods with ease. It's secure. It's a great traveler. You can carry this to dinner and it still looks appropriate if you just do it as a shoulder bag. I personally love crossbody bags. This one fits beautifully as a crossbody. I will link my video that I've done as a review on my Pochette Metis below, but I think if we were to, you know, go back to square one, what bag would I choose? This guy would be my pick. So I would love to hear what's on your radar. What do you think is the sort of the best starting point for a Louis Vuitton purchase? Obviously, the Speedy is a huge favorite, and I'm yet to get myself a classic Speedy, something that, well, I really want to do a world tour, put it this way. I do not want to deal with vachetta, but I want monogram, so I'm going to focus on doing the world tour with the black handles, and that way we get the best of both worlds. But I would love to hear what everybody else's thoughts are. For those that already have a few Louis Vuitton bags, which one would you definitely aim for first? Given that you know what you love and what you've used, what would you start with? What would be the best starting point for anybody out there looking for their first Louis Vuitton bag? Would love to know everybody's thoughts. And please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.